Hi everyone, it's Jason here from Just Pure. Welcome to Sole Trader Monday, and today we're just looking at the very basic question, when is my tax return due? Now I say very basic question, but it's still something that lots of sole traders do slip up on, unfortunately. So in today's short clip I'm just going to give you the facts around when your tax return's due and any consequences you'll unfortunately suffer if it is late. So in this example I'm going to look at the tax return for 2021. Now what that means is the tax return that spans from the 6th of April 2020 up to the 5th of April 2021. So any income you've received during that time that needs to be declared on a tax return, you'll need to submit this return by midnight on the 31st of January 2022. So as I say, the 21 tax year ends on the 5th of April. So you've got from the 5th of April 21 up to 31st of January 22. So it is quite a large window, but obviously time does go by quickly and it is easy to get sidetracked with running your business, and it can be easy to sort of put your tax return on the back burner. But please do make sure that it is submitted by the 31st of January. Now at the moment as it stands, the 31st of January is the deadline every year. As I record this in November 2021. Things may change in the future, but at the moment your tax return is due by midnight on the 31st of January following the end of the tax year. So in this case the tax year is 5th of April 2021 and it's due by midnight on the 31st of January 2022. Now also, payment of any tax due is also due by this date. So any tax that you owe in your tax return 2021 is due also by midnight on the 31st of January 2022. Now there's a penalty of £100 at the moment as it stands, as I say, in November 2021. As I record this, the penalties for a late tax return stand at £100 if your return is up to 3 months late. I haven't talked about after 3 months because if it's not submitted by the deadline, you really want to get it submitted up to 3 months after the deadline. Otherwise the fines will increase. But as it stands at the moment, if your return is up to 3 months late, so if you submit it after 31st of January 22, so we're talking February, March, April, so if it's submitted up to the end of April, then your penalty will stand at £100, which is a lot of money. You really want to avoid that, and you really want to make sure your tax return is submitted on time. So there's, pretty much, or I would say not many excuses that HMRC will accept if your tax return is late. So it's very difficult in my experience to get out of the £100 penalty. And the thing is, lots of clients used to say to me in the old days, I don't need to pay a penalty because I don't owe any tax. And while that may be true, you could fill your tax return in, and lots of people don't owe tax when they fill their tax return in. They may even be due a refund, and if you're due a refund, it's in your interest to get it submitted as soon as you can after the end of the tax year. But even if you don't owe any tax on your tax return, the penalty of £100 will still stand. So you could be in an even worse position that if you were due a refund or you didn't have any tax to pay at all, then you'll still have to pay the £100 if your tax return's late. So I guess the moral of this clip is please make sure your tax return is submitted on time. You get quite a big window, as I say, from the 5th of April up to the 31st of January is quite a long time for you to get your tax return filed with HMRC, but it's staggering the amount of late tax returns that still exist. Even last year I think it was a very large amount, so we don't want that. They must HMRC collect a lot of fines. £100 penalties certainly add up to a very large amount of money for them, which we don't want. So please make sure your tax return is submitted by the 31st of January each year. As I say, the deadlines could change, but as I record this in November 21, the deadline for the tax returns is 31st of January 22, and obviously for your 2021 return, and payment of any tax due on your 2021 return is also due by midnight on the 31st of January 22. Now if you need any help with your tax return, it's now November, so it's not long. 31st of January will soon be here. So if you need any help with your tax return at all, please contact me. I'm Jason Blackman. My website is in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, accountantlewis.co.uk. Give me a shout, drop me an email, and if you need any help with your tax return, then please do let me know. But please don't leave it until the 30th of January and give me one day to do it. So yeah, hope that's been helpful. Just a few little notes this week on when your tax return is due. Hope it's been helpful for you. Please like the video if it has been helpful, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Each Monday I bring out a new Sole Trader clip, and I'm just trying to help as many people as I can. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful for you, and I'll see you all again next week.